This is the most important lesson in grade 7 that many students don't master. Operations on integers. I'm gonna teach you how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers in this video. You can check if you already know by answering the exercises. So, if you want to master this lesson, finish this video and ace your tests. Let's start with addition. In adding integers with the same sign, add their absolute values and copy the sign. When you say absolute values, this is the distance of a number from 0. So it's the number if you disregard the sign. So if it's -5, the absolute value is just 5. So you disregard the negative sign. If it's positive sign, the absolute value is also 5. And if it's 0, the absolute value is 0. So when you say absolute value, you just disregard the sign because it is the number's distance from 0. So in adding integers with the same sign, that means to say both of them are positive or both are negative, what you do is you add the absolute values, and if two of them are positive, your answer is also positive. And if both of them are negative, your answer is also negative. Let's have the following examples. 6 plus 5. These two are both positive, so 6 plus 5 is 11, and both of them are positive, so the answer is also positive. Next, 9 plus 5. Both are positive, so 9 plus 5 is 14, and then 14 should also be positive. 3 plus 7. Both are positive, so 10. -6 plus -5. Both of them are negative, so disregard the sign first. So 6 plus 5 is 11. And then both of them are negative, so the sign of 11 should also be negative. So -6 plus -5 is -11. -1 plus -7 is -8. Since both of them are negative, so you just add their absolute values. Add 1 and 7, that is 8. And copy the sign, which is negative. -2 plus -4, you have -6. Just add 2 and 4, that's 6. Both of them are negative, so the answer is also negative. -7 plus -7 is -14. -9 plus -1 is -10. -8 plus -3 is -11. -5 plus -5 is -10. So what we do here is we just add the absolute values and copy the sign. If both are negative, the answer should also be negative. If both are positive, the answer should also be positive. Okay, answer the following exercises. So if you can answer and then pause the video. If you're not yet done, then take your time and check if your answers are correct. First one, 9 plus 7, 16. -2 plus -7, -9. 6 plus 3, 9. -9 plus -3, -12. And 12 plus 3 is 15. -5 plus -4 is -20. And -9. -9 plus -5 is -14. -8 plus -7 is -15. -11 plus -3 is -14. And -7 plus -5 is -12. So it's easy. If you're adding integers with the same sign, just add their absolute values and copy the sign. If both of them are positive, the answer is positive. If both of them are negative, the answer is negative. But if we're adding integers with different signs, that is, one of them is positive and the other one is negative, what we're going to do is we have to subtract their absolute values and copy the sign of the addend with greater absolute value. So you have to check the signs. Okay, -6 plus 5. One is negative, one is positive, so they have different signs. So subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. But which sign are you going to put in your answer? The sign of 6, which is negative, or the sign of 5, which is positive? The sign of 6, which is negative, because 6 is bigger than 5. That means to say the absolute value of negative 6 is greater than the absolute value of 5. So you have to copy the sign of 6. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 6 is bigger, so negative 1. 9 plus negative 5, 1 is positive, 1 is negative, subtract 4. So positive 4 because 9 is bigger than 5. Negative 3 plus 7, subtract, that's 4. Copy the sign of 7 because 7 is greater than 3. 6 plus negative 5 is positive 1. Since 6 is greater than 5, you have to copy the sign of 6, which is positive. And if it's positive, we don't need to put a positive sign there. 1 plus negative 7. So you have to subtract. 7 minus 1 is 6. 7 is bigger than 1, so copy the sign of 7. Negative 2 plus 4, so 4 minus 2 is 2. Copy the sign of 4 because 4 is bigger than 2. 7 plus negative 7, you have to subtract. That is 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative, so just write 0. Negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. 8 plus negative 3 is positive 5. Negative 5 plus 5 is also 0. So that is how you add integers with different signs. Subtract the numbers that you see. These are the absolute values. And then copy the sign of the number which has a greater absolute value. Okay, let's do the exercises. Negative 9 plus 7, 2 plus negative 7, 6 plus negative 3, 9 plus negative 3, negative 12 plus 3, 5 plus negative 4, negative 9 plus 5, 8 plus negative 7, 11 plus negative 3, and negative 7 plus 5. So here in this exercise, you have one addend is positive and the other is negative. So what you're going to do is subtract the absolute values and copy the sign of the number which has a greater absolute value. Negative 9 plus 7 is negative 2. Please check your answers. If you're not yet done, then pause the video. 2 plus negative 7 is negative 5. 6 plus negative 3 is positive 3. 9 plus negative 3 is positive 6. Negative 12 plus 3 is negative 9. 5 plus negative 4 is positive 1. Negative 9 plus 5 is negative 4. 8 plus negative 7 is 1. 11 plus negative 3 is 8. And negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. If you got 10 here, then very good. Okay, we have here another set of exercises wherein we already have here one positive and one negative, or both negative or both positive. So if you're adding integers with the same sign, add the absolute values, copy the sign. If you're adding integers with different signs, subtract the absolute values and copy the sign of the number which has a greater absolute value. Okay, 11 plus negative 5, negative 4 plus negative 9, 7 plus 4, negative 8 plus 12, negative 8 plus negative 12, 2 plus negative 13, negative 17 plus 9, 4 plus negative 10, negative 4 plus negative 10, negative 6 plus 6, and negative 2 plus negative 2. Let us check. 11 plus negative 5 is 6. Negative 4 plus negative 9 is negative 13. 7 plus 4 is 11. Negative 8 plus 12 is 4. Negative 8 plus negative 12 is negative 20. 2 plus negative 13 is negative 11. Negative 17 plus 9 is negative 8. Negative 4 plus negative 10 is negative 14. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. And negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4. Congratulations if you got 10 out of 10. Let us have subtraction of integers. In subtracting integers, keep the sign of the first number, change the operation to addition, change the sign of the second number, and follow the rule in adding integers. Okay, because subtracting an integer is just the same as adding its additive inverse. Okay, so you have to follow these 4 steps. For example, negative 6 minus 5. We are subtracting a positive 5 from negative 6. So what we do is keep the sign of the first number. The first number here is negative 6. So just copy that. Change the minus or the operation to addition. So instead of subtraction, make it addition. And instead of subtracting positive 5, add negative 5. And then follow the rules in addition. So negative and negative, we are adding 2 negative numbers. So we have to add their absolute values, that is 11, and copy the sign which is negative. So negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11. Next, 9 minus negative 5. Keep the sign of the first number. So 9 will still be 9. The minus sign will become plus. And the negative 5 will be positive 5. And 9 plus 5, they have the same sign. So add their absolute values. That is 14 and copy the sign. Both are positive, so the answer is also positive. Negative 3 minus 7. Negative 3 minus positive 7. Keep the sign of the first. So negative 3. Make subtraction addition. So plus. Instead of positive 7, make this plus negative 7. Negative 3 and negative 7 have the same sign. Both of them are negative. So add 3 and 7, you will have 10. And copy the sign which is negative. Negative 6 minus negative 5, we will have negative 6 plus positive 5. Negative 6 and positive 5 have different signs, so subtract. But we have to copy the sign of negative 6 because 6 is bigger than 5. So negative 6 minus negative 5 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus negative 7, make this negative 1 plus positive 7 by following the 4 steps. And then negative 1 plus 7 is equal to 6 because they have different signs. 7 minus 1 is 6, and copy the sign of 7. 7 is positive, so the answer should also be positive. Let's have more examples. 6 minus 11 is 6 plus negative 11, that is negative 5. Negative 10 minus negative 3, that's going to be negative 10 plus 3. Negative 10 and 3 have different signs, so subtract. Copy the sign of negative 10 because 10 is bigger than 3, so the answer should be negative 7. 4 minus negative 4 is going to be 4 plus 4, that is 8. Negative 2 minus 1 is going to be negative 2 plus negative 1, that is negative 3. And negative 7 minus negative 9 is negative 7 plus positive 9, that is positive 2. Okay, we have 3 sets of exercises here because I believe that subtraction among the 4 operations is the most difficult or most challenging for many learners. Okay, let's answer. We have here 9 minus positive 7, negative 2 minus negative 7, positive 3 minus positive 6, negative 9 minus negative 3, positive 12 minus positive 3, negative 5 minus positive 4, negative 9 minus negative 5, 8 minus negative 7, 11 minus negative 3, and negative 1 minus positive 1. So if you follow the rules, okay, what are you going to get here? Okay, pause the video and answer on your paper and check your answer afterwards. 9 minus 7 is 2. Negative 2 minus negative 7 is going to be negative 2 plus 7, that is 5. 3 minus 6 is going to be 3 plus negative 6, that's negative 3. Negative 9 minus negative 3 is going to be negative 9 plus positive 3, that is negative 6. 12 minus 3 is 9. Negative 5 minus 4 is negative 9. Negative 9 minus negative 5 is negative 4. 8 minus negative 7 is going to be 8 plus positive 7. That's 15. 11 minus negative 3 is going to be 11 plus positive 3. That is 14. And negative 1 minus 1 is going to be negative 1 plus negative 1. That is negative 2. Check your answers and count your score. For those who got 10 over 10, congratulations. If you want more, this is the second set of exercises. Pause the video if you need to. Let's answer. 2 minus negative 1 is going to be 2 plus positive 1. That is 3. Negative 2 minus 1 is going to be negative 2 plus negative 1. That's negative 3. Negative 7 minus negative 2 is going to be negative 7 plus positive 2. That's negative 5. Negative 2 minus negative 7 is going to be negative 2 plus positive 7. That is positive 5. 6 minus negative 5 is going to be 6 plus 5. That is 11. Negative 5 minus 6 is going to be negative 5 plus negative 6. That is negative 11. Negative 4 minus negative 2 is negative 2. Negative 9 minus negative 1 is negative 8. Negative 6 minus negative 10 is positive 4. And 4 minus negative 1 is positive 5. Again, congratulations if you got 10 out of 10. For those who want to answer more exercises, then you can answer exercises C. Okay, pause the video. Four minus 13 is negative 9. Because that's going to be 4 plus negative 13. Negative 9 minus negative 2 is going to be negative 9 plus positive 2. That's negative 7. Negative 3 minus 3 is going to be negative 3 plus negative 3. That's negative 6. 14 minus 7 is 7. Negative 1 minus negative 10 is going to be negative 1 plus positive 10. That is positive 9. 0 minus 6 is 0 plus negative 6. That's negative 6. Negative 5 minus negative 5. That's going to be negative 5 plus positive 5, which is 0. Negative 12 minus negative 4 is negative 12 plus 4. That's negative 8. 3 minus negative 7 is 3 plus positive 7. That's 10. Negative 7 minus positive 3 is going to be negative 7 plus negative 3. That's negative 10. So that's it for subtraction of integers. Let's move to multiplication and division of integers, which is the easiest. So multiplication and division, you just follow the multiplication rule and the division of numbers. And then for the sign, if they have the same sign, the answer is always positive. And if they have different signs, the answer is going to be negative. So same sign, answer is positive. Both positive, the answer is positive. Both negative, the answer is positive. It's both in multiplication and division. Let's have the following examples. So multiplying or dividing integers with the same sign gives a positive answer. 3 times 6 is 18, so the answer here is going to be always positive because they have the same sign. Negative 3 times negative 6 is 18. Negative 5 times negative 9 is positive 45. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. 7 times 4 is positive 28. Negative 4 divided by negative 1 is positive 4. 36 divided by 6 is positive 6. 21 divided by 3 is positive 8, and negative 72 divided by negative 8 is positive 9. So if we are multiplying or dividing integers with the same sign, both positive or both negative, the answer is always positive. But if they have different signs, the answer is always negative. If we are multiplying a positive and negative or negative and positive, the answer is always negative. If we are dividing a positive by a negative or a negative by a positive, the answer is always negative. Examples. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. 5 times negative 9 is negative 45. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. Negative 4 divided by 1 is negative 4. Negative 36 divided by 6 is negative 6. Negative 21 divided by 3 is negative 8. And 72 divided by negative 8 is negative 9. So, if they have different signs, the answer is always negative. Let us have the following exercises. 7 times 9, 4 times negative 8, negative 8 times 9, 7, negative 7 times 5, negative 7 times negative 7, negative 40 divided by 8, 35 divided by negative 5, negative 48 divided by negative 6, and lastly, 28 divided by 7. Pause the video. 7 times 9 is 63. 4 times negative 8, different signs, so the answer is negative 32. Negative 8 times positive 9, different signs, so negative 72. Negative 7 times 5, 1 is negative, 1 is positive, so they have different signs, answer is negative 35. Negative 7 times negative 7, both are negative, so the answer is positive 49. Negative 40 divided by 8, 1 is negative, 1 is positive, so the answer is negative 5. 35 divided by negative 5 is negative 7. Negative 48 divided by negative 6 is 8. And 28 divided by 7 is 4. Another set. Negative 4 4 times negative 4, negative 9 times negative 3, 12 times 1, negative 15 times 2, negative 9 times negative 6, negative 11 divided by negative 11, negative 90 divided by 10, 36 divided by negative 12, negative 18 divided by 3. So, 4 times negative 4 is negative 16, negative 9 times negative 3 is positive 27, 12 times 1 is 12, negative 15 times 2 is negative 30. Negative 6 times negative 9 times negative 6 is positive 54. Negative 11 divided by negative 11 is positive 1. Negative 90 divided by 10 is negative 9. 36 divided by negative 12 is negative 3. And negative 18 divided by positive 3 is negative 6. So if we are multiplying or dividing integers with the same sign, this one, the answer is positive. If we are multiplying or dividing integers with different signs, answer is always negative. Okay, let's have a mix of these 4 operations for the exercises. So this is really a test if you know your operations on integers. So I hope many can get perfect on this set of exercises after watching the videos of individual operations. Okay, so we have here 20 items, 7 minus 2, and so on. So pause the video and answer on your notebook or on your paper, and later check if how many of the 20 items you will get correct. So we have here subtraction, multiplication, addition, and here all division. Okay, this is 7 minus 2, that is 5. 7 minus negative 2, that is 9. Check your answers. Negative 7 minus 2 is negative 9. Negative 7 minus negative 2 is negative 5. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Negative 7 times 2 is also negative 14. Negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. 7 plus negative 7 is 0. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. 9 plus negative 3 is 6. Negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. Negative 9 plus negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. Negative 7 plus negative 7 is negative 14. Negative 7 times negative 7, that is positive 49. 7 divided by negative 7 is negative 1. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. Negative 9 times 3 is negative 3. And 40 divided by negative 4 is negative 10. I hope that many got 20 points in this set of exercises. For those who did not get 20, I think you need to answer the next set. For those who got 20, you may also answer the next set of exercises to check if you mastered operations on integers. So we have here subtraction, addition, subtraction, multiplication, addition, subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division. Pause the video. Okay, let's check. Get ready with your ball pen and check your answers. 1 minus 9 is negative 8. 1 minus negative 9 is 10. 1 plus negative 9 is negative 8. Negative 1 plus 9 is 8. Negative 1 plus negative 9 is negative 10. Negative 1 minus positive 9 is negative 10. Negative 1 minus negative 9 is positive 8. Negative 9 minus 9 is negative 18. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 1 is also negative 3. But negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. 5 plus negative 11 is negative 6. Negative 12 minus negative 6 is negative 6. Negative 4 plus negative 13 is negative 17. Negative 7 times negative 8 is positive 56. Negative 36 divided by negative 9, that's positive 4. Negative 14 divided by 7, that's negative 2. 39 divided by negative 3, that's negative 13. And negative 8 divided by negative 1 is positive 8. So that's it for operations on integers. I hope that I helped you in mastering this skill of the operations on integers. Thank you and goodbye! Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Bye!